He who learns to share the ball, shares life, passes on his talents, passes on his skills, and is a person who can be defined as someone who is prepared to help others in life. When I understood this, I realized that football was something insignificant compared to salvation.
The Adventist Church in the Dominican Republic has grown significantly. Thanks to a missionary spirit, a desire to move forward, and the fact that young people are getting involved in the work. We recently held the National Pathfinder Camporee. After 17 years, more than 10,000 Pathfinders gathered, reforming with God, making a pact with the Lord to raise the Adventist Church to its fullest potential. So I think that within evangelistic campaigns, seeing so much baptism, there are challenges, however. God has given victories.
As a child, I always loved sports. I grew up in a healthy environment because of this. With a mother who always guided me, he always advised me, because being a single mother isn't easy.
I always had the support of the Lord. He gave me the strength to keep going, and even today, my God, I am amazed at how I was able to raise 3 sons, and even though I have nothing, I am happy that my sons are here.
And we have walked on the right path because we had a mother who raised us well. My 2 brothers played soccer before me. One day my brothers told me one afternoon, but let's go to the soccer field so you can see what we play. And the passion I felt when running after a ball was something extraordinary, running with the kids, looking at people who were running next to me. After about 3 months, I was already above the level of my brothers.
Alan always liked football and played even while sleeping.
Football was in me, and I was developing this talent over time. With training, the professional dream began. I started seeing football not as a form of entertainment or a desire to win matches, but as a way of life. As time went by, I wanted to achieve my dream. I felt like God was supporting me in my dream of the professional league. But there was a drastic change when I reached the professional league, and now God begins to call me more consistently. The truth hit me in the heart, and I said, wow, I have to do something because I can't just stick to what I read. They were giving a conference here, and on the way I was going to Santo Domingo, training, working, and going home to go to the conference because I felt the conference was for me, that God was calling me. When I was already 3 days into the conference, the Holy Spirit began to say to my heart, Judy, you need to be baptized. I had many dreams. And while sleeping, about 12 of midnight, the thought came to me to think of God and ask Him, what you want from me? And when I fell asleep, immediately a deep voice called me, Alan. A voice that shook me inside, that gave me chills, but that made me feel safe. Then I woke up and got stuck and realized God was calling me. And I said, today I'm going to be baptized. The auditorium was empty, but the neighbors decided to fill it with buckets of water. I was able to get down. Pastor Julio Cruz baptized me. After I was baptized, I went to bed. Now the sky was starry because it suddenly clouded over and a rain fell, like God confirming that baptism. And then the sky crashed again. The Holy Spirit began to say, this was sin, what you used to do. Tears were coming out of my eyes, and I didn't know what I was crying about, but I was listening to that voice that was already scolding me for things that I should not do. And the next day I started to be different. I had a press conference with the Ladder Club where we understood we should discuss the issue on Saturday. And we got the schedule for next year, all the games on Saturday. And the team owner, Alan, if you can't play on Saturday, then we won't be able to count on you. They closed many doors on me. It was very difficult, really. Friends who offered me money to return to the league to play. I wasn't willing to do that because I had entered the church out of love. Now Alan is looking for a job, trying to find one. I was an interim because I had a passion for the classroom, a devotion to teaching. One day the ball fell on my foot, and when it fell on my foot, I stopped it. And when I stopped it, I started to control the ball. And then I hit the ball up really hard. The ball becomes smaller because it already reaches a height. And the children were surprised. They wanted me to teach them that. And I would come to them in the afternoon and I would show them how to do that with the ball. And I thought there were 5 who were going to go or 3 who were there. And 80 appeared. And of those 80, I'm going to give them practice in everything. And I put them all with the ball, some standing, waiting, because it was only one ball. That's how we played. We went to a tournament. 3 months later, we went to a tournament called the Independence Cup, and we finished in 3rd place. We were no longer a team that was just there to have fun. We've represented provinces. We've represented the entire Southern Valley. We've beaten the best teams in the Dominican Republic, and that, for me, is a great achievement because it offset the void I felt after leaving the league. I told the Lord, if I can't play on Saturday, if I can't play in the professional league, allow me to teach. And that kind of woke up my mind, and I said, but I have to evangelize now. Then devotionals began with the soccer team, and we've read almost the entire Bible. And we baptized a lot who are currently in the church. I stopped traveling, stopped playing, and began to focus only on them.
What I asked God for a consecrated man who could sing. So when I heard him singing, I said, Lord, thank you. Alan is a very passionate person about what he does, loving his family, and instructing his children in the church. He is a very active person, very committed to missionary work. Even though everything seems difficult at times, but he remains constant, he continues to insist.
More than my coach, he has been like a father that I practically don't have. If it weren't for him, I don't think I'd be in such a good place right now. I can say that football was something that came to save me. I was a girl who always ended up stuck in my house. So when I got into football, I had already developed better, and I wanted to see him as a father. I want to have the same mindset as him. I want to be baptized because he motivates us to keep going. The truth is that this club is like a family.
And we realized that in our space, in Tibet, in our environment, we can be a great family. I understood that God had called me to something bigger than I imagined.
Hope is on the way.
We are Hope.